I just want to refer, because of the time, that since we've all agreed, I just want to make two quotations. One is from the Holy Quran, and then the other from the Hadith, because as Muslims, we are governed by the Quran, which is, our belief, is divine from God, and then two, by the teachings of the Holy Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and the teachings of his close followers. These are the things that guide we Muslims. So, Mr. Speaker, the Quran in Surah Al-Nasr, verses 15 and 16, and in particular 16, the Speaker, for time, said, and the two of you who commit, into bracket, the shameful act, torture them both. For we Muslims, there's no but, there's no if the Quran speaks. It says torture them both. I'm told that in the Quran, in the Bible, it says stone them to death. The Speaker, the sad thing is that I don't understand why the Europeans and the Americans are on the Africans. Saudi Arabia, why are they running away from Saudi Arabia? Because of the oil. Because of their interest there, that one they run away from them. For them, they do not only even imprison them, they kill them and use crane to lift the body for the whole crowd to see. What is more, with the lack of better word, in terms of treating a human being, what is more barbaric than this? That you kill and then you use a crane to lift the body with blood oozing for the whole crowd to see what is done to people who commit this shameful act. That they are quiet, because after that place, their bread will be battered. As for us, because we are disunited, and they can exploit our resources, they can even be threatening us that if you pass this thing, your country will suffer a loss of these millions. Mr. Speaker, we are happy to eat grass. We are happy to eat grass. We are happy to starve to death, but we keep our values and culture. They were threatening the lack of moral screening, Sam George and many of us who were speaking about visas to travel to their country. Mr. Speaker, we have made them look as if going to their country is about life. Mr. Speaker, if we were to do reciprocal of what they are doing, so that they would also be able to come into our country. Mr. Speaker, we will see those who suffer most. Sometimes they make us believe that we need them more than they need us. But in actual sense, their investment across the African continent is such that they cannot live without coming to Africa. So I'm happy that we are joining the lack of Uganda and others to pass this. And Mr. Speaker, secondly, the economic challenges that goes with this. I'm happy the Minister for Health is here. If you ask the Minister for Health, the biggest challenge that we have been confronted today in our country is how to deal with malaria, how to deal with a lot of other, diseases that are really challenging, non-communicable diseases. Now you want to compound us with this, where we don't even have the facility to treat those who get to the extreme end. Mr. Speaker, I almost forgot one of the quotes that I said I was going to quote the hadith, narrated by Abu Huraira, that the Holy Prophet ﷺ is quoted to have said that Allah has cursed 7 types of his creatures from above the 7 heavens. He has cursed one of them thrice. And Mr. Speaker, the interesting thing is that those that have been cursed thrice are those involved in homosexuality. We cannot sit and allow people to bring this kind of madness into forcing our children, where we are busy working, using all manner of things, advertising, and doing all manner of things that they want to persuade our children to join them. Mr. Speaker, they do not tell us even the extreme end. What happens to these other people? And I'm very, very sad that when the committee embarked on their tour, France refused to show them the data of the consequences of this action. What happened? They refused to show them the data. I'm happy that Hungary, which is an European country, where they visited, in their case, they are not hammering at their doors. They are not threatening them with sanctions. Meanwhile, they are in a European country. They don't allow advert. They don't allow same-sex marriage. And that one, they are quiet. Meanwhile, they are banging at our door, telling us that if we don't do A, this will happen, that will happen. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy that we are unanimous. But the health implication of this nasty act, Mr. Speaker, cannot be overruled. Because we do not have the resources to waste when we are having challenges of today. So many children not even being able to be cared for when they have some other ailment because it's not covered under the health insurance. We cannot add this. And Mr. Speaker, lastly, the sad thing is that you see two people who decide to be lesbian or homosexuals trying to adopt children. Who should go and give birth to his child for you to come and adopt? Look at this madness. Who should go and deliver a child for you to come and adopt? If having children is good, why are you into that nasty act? So, Mr. Speaker, I want to add my voice. We stand firm. My imams have told me, the chiefs have told me, and Mr. Speaker, we are happy you introduced some of them at the public gallery. Family, the Muslim community is strongly supporting Parliament to carry out this. And we are happy to wait to see whether it will be ascended to or not. Because I can assure we, the politicians, whether NDC or MPP, anybody who tries to come our way with this bill will surely regret it. Because at least if you have political power, we have our tongue. And our tongue will surely act. So I hope all of us will take the lessons and make sure that this bill passes without delay from this House. And I hope all of us, as has been indicated, nobody is against it, will strongly support it. And I'm sure the Christian community, even the traditional believers, and those who don't even worship God at all in this country, are all behind Parliament to pass this bill. And Mr. Speaker, we want to thank you sincerely for your courage in all your public utterances, standing firm, and you've been very consistent, despite all some of the nasty comments that were said about you and the pretending to sue and try to create impediment. You've been very firm to support this House to carry out this, and we have to thank you, Mr. Speaker, because if you are taking out, I don't think this bill will have gotten to this level. And the same with all our colleagues who have been very consistent, from Honorable Bejra, Honorable Sam George, Honorable Al-Hassan Suhini, Honorable Delasoa, Honorable Helen Tosu, Reverend Intimfojo, Deputy Minister of Education, who stood on all of us behalf and spearheaded this, despite all the threat. In some of them, even in their own constituencies, they tried to oust them. But God, like I always say, is not the ability chief. And God has been very supportive. So, Mr. Speaker, we want to thank you for that courage. And we hope that all of us will see to the end of this, make sure that this nasty act does not perpetuate in our country. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.